out those paw-paws, shall we? He's a good dog.
What's gotten into you? Stop it. Bad dog. Will you calm down?
Oh, they do love their romp on the beach, don't they?
Oh, they do. Robbie, be still.
He's still got a lot of life in him, hasn't he? Maybe you should have walked him a little bit longer.
We've been out for 2 hours, if you must know.
Oh, sorry.
He's just a very energetic dog.
Yes, so we can see.
He's fit, full of zest. I wouldn't have him any other way.
Oh, no, of course not. We must keep them fitty-poos, mustn't we, San-San?
I beg your pardon?
I say it's important that we keep them fit, I agree.
No. What was that you said afterwards? San something?
Oh, I said San-San. That's our name, isn't it, precious?
Gosh, heavens above.
Oh, don't see what's so funny. It's San-San Naksaki Samoan Moonbeam, actually.
Oh, is it a Shih Tzu?
Of course it's a Shih Tzu. It's a pure thoroughbred.
Oh.
Yours?
Oh, well, we're not really sure. We're a cross between a Labrador and a Spaniel or something.
Yes, something.
They sure loved playing together on the beach, the pair of them.
Yes, I simply couldn't keep up with them at one point.
Oh, best left to enjoy themselves.
San-San is ever so good-natured and friendly. Oh, there now, precious. Mummy's little treasure.
Robbie, do behave yourself.
Oh, please do. San-San's a very sensitive little girl.
Oh, and there I was thinking she's a dog.
San-San is a very special little creature. And San-San is going to be married to a very handsome gentleman next week, aren't you, darling? Yes, when she's due. He's an award winner 3 times running.
Oh, well, let's hope she catches him, eh, Robbie?
He's sired several champions.
Oh, and I'll bet you he's got a name as long as your arm.
Well, naturally, that's for the kennel club purposes, but one always shortens it for home use.
Yes, a dog needs a name with a sharp, commanding sound. Robbie is very suitable for this one. My husband says he's a cross between a Labrador and a kangaroo.
How amusing. Your husband must have quite the sense of humor.
Oh, yes, the ready wit. Robbie, stop that. Yes, we thought we'd get a smaller dog this time.
Smaller than what?
Smaller than a Great Dane.
Oh, well, he's certainly smaller than that.
I always liked big dogs. The bigger the better. People look at you when you have a big dog. I had a Great Dane once. Had him for years. He keeled over and died right over there. Right in the middle of his morning walk.
Oh, how terrible.
Oh, it was. I don't know what I would have done without my friend Ida. A very resourceful woman, that Ida. I was carrying him, you see. And a Great Dane is not lightweight.
Oh, no. Especially a dead one.
Exactly. I was at my wit's end.
Yes.
And I couldn't just leave him lying there.
No, whatever did you do?
Well, Ida went home and got this enormous suitcase.
Whatever for?
To put the dog in. But then the suitcase became so dreadfully heavy, we could barely carry it. We were completely exhausted by the time we reached the high road.
How awful.
Yes, but then this nice young man came up and offered to carry our case across the road for us.
Oh, well, that was kind of him.
Yes, he carried it across the road all right. And then he ran off with it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We don't seem to have a lot of luck with dogs.
Well, no, I can see what you mean about bad luck.
That's why we got Robbie here. He didn't cost us anything. He came from the dog shelter.
Well, let's hope this one works out for you.
Ooh, really?
Have you ever thought of taking him to obedience classes? I took San-San once, although she hardly needed them, of course. But I thought she would enjoy showing all the other dogs how. And she was instantly teacher's pet, weren't you, darling?
As a matter of
Most dogs need training classes, and San-San just loved being with all the other doggy-woggies.
We have been, actually. But I'm afraid Robbie treats commands rather than the nature of suggestions. If he agrees, he obeys. And if not, not.
Oh? Where'd you go?
Mrs. Jollyman's on Tuesdays.
Oh, we go there.
Oh.
only we go on Wednesdays. Wednesday's the day for thoroughbreds. Tuesday's the day for mongrels. Oh, it's all right, precious. Mummy's not hurt. Mrs. Jollyman is so wonderful with the dogs, though, don't you think? San thinks she's quite magic.
Yes, it's sickening the way the dogs do things for her. Why, when she says walk or sit or heel, why, Robbie behaves as if she's got a pack of doggy treats just waiting for him. And when I try to walk him along with the others, he simply collapses, and I have to drag him along on his back.
How embarrassing for you.
Yeah, and it's always your fault, of course. She can be very sweet to the dogs, but very nasty to the owners.
Sometimes, yes, but one does have such confidence in her.
Well, the dogs do, that's obvious. Don't blame the animal! She booms. She always booms. Have you noticed? Oh, and it's all those complicated instructions. Stand square! Hand over the choke chain! Lead out of the way! Rotate and down! Honestly, I don't understand a word of it half the time.
And your dog senses it, of course. That's the point.
Last week, we were all running in a circle around the hall, perfectly happily for once, and Robbie stops dead for no reason. You never saw such a pile-up. I told Mrs. Jollyman, I said he's not half as disobedient at home.
She's used to people saying that, of course.
I'm afraid Robbie has a will of his own.
Oh, you see, that's another classic excuse. Most dogs can be controlled if handled intelligently.
You're quoting Mrs. Jollyman, that's obvious. But I don't think Robbie cares for the spirit of competition in the class. Brings out the worst in him. Oh, and I do wish he quit saying, praise the animal, praise the animal. Makes it sound like a revival meeting. Robbie, stop doing that.
San is such a little wonder, you know. She's so clean about the house. She can jump through a hoop, and she can play dead, and she can salute for the Queen. And she understands every word I say, don't you, darling? And she's wonderful with children.
Oh, have you got children then?
No, have you?
Oh, you don't need a child when you have a dog.
No, quite. A dog will keep a marriage together far better than children, I always think.
No question. Dogs may grow, but they don't have personality changes. They don't have character changes. They don't grow up and treat you like dirt.
Right. Yes, if you love them and care for them, then treat them well. They'll be your loyal companions for always.
Yeah, and if they don't, you can always get another one.
Some say you're better off with a dog than a husband.
I'm inclined to agree.
I mean, they don't grumble the whole evening if you're a few minutes late with dinner.
That's right, and they don't argue about which TV program to watch.
Yes, and they don't complain if you're delayed at the shops and they have to wait in the car.
Yes, they always greet you with an enthusiastic welcome.
Always.
And you know what else? They never come home the worse for drink.
In fact, there's very little a husband can do that a dog can't, isn't there?
There is one thing.
Oh, yes. Putting up shelves, yes.
Yeah, that too. Robbie, stop doing that.
Have you ever thought of having him clipped?
No.
There's a poodle parlour down Rosemary Road. We go there, don't we, darling? San just loves she just loves having her little nails cut and polished. And she loves the lady who takes care of her. And she just loves every minute.
I don't know, that poodle parlor always looked a little more suitable for lap dogs. I mean, I know Robbie's sitting on my knee now, but he's not really a lap dog.
No. I quite agree in your case. He belongs in a kennel outdoors, I'd say.
No. He's quite happy in the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Uh-huh.
Heavens! San would just hate to live in the kitchen. She has a hand-woven basket with a silk cushion in the lounge. It has a simply sweet oriental design all over it. Sort of Chinese writing. We're not quite sure what it says, but I'm sure it says something like, San is the best little doggy in the world.
Oh, Robbie, stop that.
Oh, I do think you should have him clipped or brushed.
He may have fleas.
Oh, no!
He's had them before. Maybe it's just the sand this time.
Well, I hope so.
Yes. My husband deals with the fleas very effectively. Would you like to know how?
I don't think that would be necessary, thank you. With We don't think there's any danger of anything so nasty. No, we won't have any horrid little beasties on Sansan's petticoat, will we? Especially when Sansan sleeps on Mummy's bed.
I personally think that's quite ridiculous, letting a dog sleep on your bed.
Well, it all depends on the dog, doesn't it? I mean, I quite agree in your case.
Bitch.
This beach isn't what it was.
What is?
I mean, the people. And those horrid little shops. And the litter. I mean, they go on and on about a little dog dirt, but I always bring my pooper scooper in a plastic bag. I see you had one too.
It was a sandwich, actually.
Oh, well, it is the custom nowadays, you know. Although it's true. The beach is covered in a lot worse than a little dog dirt. I mean, a little dog dirt gets washed away by the sea, but those things float in and out on the tide.
What things? You mean they use condoms? Well, live and let live.
Well, I find it highly distasteful, especially when Sansan picks one up. She thinks they're for playing with.
Well, no, they are, aren't they?
Well, they're certainly not for leaving lying around the beach to embarrass people.
They don't embarrass me.
It's clear our walks of life have been rather different. And what's more, I do think a certain type of dog should be kept on a lead.
What type? Big and ferocious?
No, I wasn't...
Little and vicious?
No, what I was trying to
Randy.
say... Well, yes. I mean, when you have a dog that mounts everything in sight, including a sandcastle.
Robbie is simply boisterous.
Have you ever thought of having him neutered?
What? And spoil all his fun?
Fun? I think it's outrageous.
Oh, you plan to let Sansan have her fling? You just said so.
That is entirely different. Sansan will be mated respectably, in nice, quiet surroundings, with a desirable dog of the highest pedigree.
Oh,
it will all be entirely proper and acceptable and proper.
And you'll pay for the privilege.
There'll be a fee, of course, that's quite normal.
Sounds like prostitution to me.
Oh, honestly, you don't understand a thing about high-class breeding. And why should you?
Well, thank you very much.
Sansan will have darling little puppies that will be extremely valuable and will more than cover the cost of the stud fee.
As I said, commercial sex.
Oh, really? You don't understand a thing about purity of line. Your comprehension of this matter is entirely basic, just like your dog's.
That's true. Robbie's not particular. He just goes for it. Why, he's fathered any number of jolly little pups, all shapes and sizes.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yes, very virile is our Robbie, if you get my drift.
Pardon?
Well, so sorry to disappoint you about Sansan.
What do you mean?
Here's your darling Sansan, likes a bit of rough.
What are you talking about?
When Robbie and Sansan disappeared under the bandstand.
Disappeared under the bandstand?
Yeah, when you lost sight of him, remember?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that Robbie made the most of the opportunity.
Impossible.
No, I'm saying that I think you got your dates wrong.
But I didn't see any sign.
Well, Robbie certainly did.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, I think you're going to get a little surprise.
Oh, heavens, Sansan.
Now, don't blame the animal, as Mrs. Jollyman would say. She was only doing what came natural and had a ball, I would say.
How could you? You did this on purpose. You could have stopped them, you know. You're an anarchist. I know your type. Can't stand any sort of refinement, even in a sugar bowl.
What?
No, it all has to be crude and uncultured and squalid and graceless. One look at that hat and I knew you for what you were.
I'll have you know I got this hat.
Of course you don't care about breeding, because you don't have any.
Take that back!
You have got no standards and you're common with it.
Yeah, well, you're stuck up and stupid and a snob.
How dare you?
Yeah, I don't know what Robbie saw in that half-baked mud.
Oh, don't listen to them, Sansan.
I wouldn't give that so-called dog house for it. Mine's worth 10 of it.
Yours?
Yeah.
I want to have yours for a fortune.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have yours for a floor cloth.
Oh, kill Sansan! Kill!
Get off of
Kill!